the quality of refereeing in the Spanish La Liga. Fancy, I believe it is high time say Oman protect Yamal. We might not enjoy him maybe next 10 years or 12 years.
Referees.
Yes. Me kai say Tama Eden Hazard sees England. O free France bar for front. Hazard tria near Bonanai obisu oh yi period sanity bubuga. Ama Jose Mourinho got in a press conference ba kwase no se there be. I don't know what they are koda no so man protecting na. It will get to a time you wouldn't enjoy Eden Hazard said he was no. Fast forward. Edrum maybe na Eden Hazard intimi mu 2 or 3 games into aso. O boy ana ne kotodwe. O boy ana ne muscles. O boy ana ne baby nti also kwotena nchen baby. No intimi mo. I've watched the last few games of Barcelona, including the game against Inter Milan. Fancy akoda no yem protecting no. Yem protect akoda no because there are certain tackles be akoda no so one day if you don't protect him obi there before we be cause a pan na afei football I'm missing such a talent like Yamal. Football na nke ya say maybe the na me gi 2 years say it became too much robotic. To a certain extent as a players near to two omabasa near the almost is near control omo. It coaches bear pep talk our dressing room. Ye real game na as ye game na nkasa na coach say na touchline e kire wo say gina ha fa ha menye say no tutu it won't tie Peter Schmeichel. This weekend Arsenal ball Liverpool we no okay the same thing say what can the other catch players no training grounds moba pep talk what can the also catch players no afi wo say gina touchline o sa person o kire kwan a Odegaard na Bukayo Saka mo fa so ntwen sam pass ball. Sometimes some of dream you bebrebe because of some of these things you know me gi 2 years a fancy na ye lose the spice of football, especially when it comes to enjoy the skill set of individual players. First na ko bi e stadium was Jack me kwa kwhwa asumesi na me kwa kwhwa obete ne bibia ntia just because say nipa na be fa ball obetwe nipa 1 2 3 ball bi be free wiem aba control bi obeye no nipa na stadium na ni age say he say nti na me betwa de ye de bae. So akoda we yes ankoda ni bia. So if you don't protect him as a stance, na de be e born 9 ho, ni e born 9 ho, ni e born 9 ho, ni e boss ana e be kakra you wouldn't get the best from Akodawi. Something needs to be done about it. The refereeing levels in the Spanish La Liga no were from Obiaya away.
Yes.
Whether say Oya Madrid ni, Oya Barca ni, mumi enu nyina no you suffered certain decisions this season in the La Liga. Odwen wa won tiase. And there were things that went on throughout the game. Fancy attack will be on the amano. We shall like an akofaba. She be a wet tea akodano. We when ya yellow. Ebi kwa yellow no kromo famano. But the standard of refereeing in the La Liga no. You can't be and I won't mean claim so na the best. Una akuta the best league we are say. Na officiating your poor. Every single quality we are see be a person boy in the Spanish La Liga. I could be obesusu bia no or also Obo Madrid and Obo Masa and only the pinnacle of world football. Adibi on mo you be shebre we de won't mean Jim free ni nsem da. Sa shebre ni nekuta Barcelona and Real Madrid. I could be obesusu we are see bia o dream say one day Obo Bernabeu and one day Obo no come. It these two teams you know etimi push am say league in level no quality no they get the best players in and around the world. You can't be having quality players in your league and be having poor officiating. And not too many boy you say fancy you can give every single meaning to whatever that happened, but that was a preventing goal. It was preventing a goal. Born na nke corner sa born na a tonet. Obeka said the distance between the body and the heart. Tremendous nankasa na insani free fan eko. He was not even trying so than say to nechi. One me I believe Frankie de Jong ball also so towards Barcelona second goal no take and say third goal no. The referee should have also have a second look at it. Baby a ball on insano. Asana ball ne twaso no. Obi anhwe. There were certain tackles in the game. I mean, 2 years and I was attracted even 2 yellow cards at the same point in time. But referee ni bu na ni go so. You see, the quality of the league and the decisions are subpar. And I think there's a reason why until Omokobo Club World Cup, Spanish referee be anyone. A more solid league. They have a quality league, quality players, but the standard of refereeing. Now we Real Madrid game, be almost take decision. Me man say and then Madrid for new be asama. Then I watch Barcelona game. No more take decision. Me say
yeah, referees no dey.
Then no more Atletico Madrid game. Then you see the same things happening. And these two clubs, it is high time. On say omumi enu ne ya ade bi emwo omu league no. Omumi enu ade na omu ya na make say emwo omu league ni say e favor ba akwa na ba akwa be gina be ka say oh, you protect the referees na referees na ade na omu ye no. Omu ye nipa they make mistakes. E kotia the other one and the other one na ba be ka. Referees na sa no do. So the two of them they are not united in purpose when it comes to omu addressing this referee issue. Dependent on why ebe dey ebe kwodi amano. And so man come on to my it will only get worse. And ebe help pa. Anytime a Real Madrid back of a Classico di oma bebiano, La Masia show up. La Masia will always show up for Barcelona. It is not, we are not rocket science. And I want Laporta suju medina ababedu Barcelona. I've always said it, say, I have no doubt about Juan Laporta winning trophies and now obey Barcelona president obey trophies. I have no doubt, zero doubt, because why be that? And anytime a Barcelona be kwa unye here be on be president, now the choice is not popular, but it is always the best. This is not to players are must inside. This is not to your results, but this is about the coach Okofa and the buy. Because Okofa Frank Rijkaard buy na man focus ah no be a coaching in nam baby na wakofo we di na bade no baba yamai. But Frank Rijkaard every Barcelona no aje Champions League no aje La Liga. Guardiola or Athletic B Barca for team na we chire no. Afio oyo no say no. Me pe Guardiola me pese Guardiola be adwuma ne mame. Amafo na coaches bebrebe wo wiase nyina Guardiola no de no waye but at the end of the day he was also proving right again. Okofa Xavi aba. Xavi or Assad. It is true says Xavi wanye more successful or the two senior. But I think winning the Spanish La Liga no nko yeah. What must say? At the time
this La Masia product no say Xavi na promote ya menye sure sanka.
Can win crumble
be a Hansi Flick out because pressure ho.
That time no minister
say me babe build it. Barca na my own baby. I was say we infuse these players
no.
Now find bibi so
and also true.
Or call Xavi wana. Now I am the Xavi interview about one sanka say come on deal 2 hours. Hansi ba no Xavi fie no. Or Dana say 4. These players
and the details or they be more about be strength or be weakness.
Yeah.
Because winning in players ne chen omo. And that was the time na Barcelona ho kire ne pa. No mo ho kire mo pa sikasemu. Who a players e be na ne bobo din players are not Barcelona at that time. Martin Braithwaite mu nya no Barcelona. But Xavi Hernandez and Juan Laporta then no akwa Hansi Flick. But fancy me jitu me say Hansi Flick grow as a manager. Age but in terms of a no managing of players no me sure say na the red line here on the Germany national team no World Cup because me share video no of the way or reacting or dressing me in Sambia no ba bonten be kana this time around they different. I think what take lessons be there as to how to manage players and their egos, and he's right on point. But Barcelona will definitely go on to win the league. Difficult task for Real Madrid, but Real Madrid problem nankasa na nye coaching kwa. You can even sack Ancelotti, never kofa Alonso the naba. But man solve some issues you still have these problems next season again. Problems in the year. Real Madrid here technicians. They bought too many mechanical midfielders and they have too many mechanical midfielders. Yes, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga mo. They are too mechanical. But technicians Pedri more kind of players. Modric can also more penny replacement because stamina new. When to me track it back, a player in the mood of Modric. There's Ceballos, there's Adagula, but on one level of technical quality, no, and this Rosa, and what that particular place now because this is a Real Madrid player, technically we're solid. Jude Bellingham mechanical. Mirika Hoden Pampe, not in the they need technicians in their team, not only in the midfield, but at their centre back. Yet the ball to form nipa ne betimi abeti pressure. And obey it may invite pressure about should say. No what ye born they ato omachi. They will need to do that. They need a left back. And they need a centre forward. Me asem we me kan yen ne say Vinicius ni Mbappe ba ko beko. Asem we ya kan enye na asem ne e beka o. But let's see how Xabi Alonso will come in. How betima ba utilize him. It could be Crampo say Vinicius could be a better player even than Alonso than Ancelotti.
Obetimi asesa ne position.
Obetimi different crowd. Netantella they are all but no onye 10. Now Netantella a right midfielder. No onye 10 by Netantella by and is on about 10 boni ye. Adli always similar nko ye. But Adli Oliver Kusin ye who Adli form or debo Granit Xhaka. Or Arsenal and your man koye by who by Leverkusen. So Real Madrid fans can only be hopeful. Say omuntimi nyina in one summer. But at least kakra no betimi ay no be na the rest of them na Alonso team improve yomo. No matimi dey nya the results because team ni lazy dodo. Omo ye too lazy.
Yo Vinicius wo yiri free ne ho no a ebe obo be ko hin.
Somewhere latter part of last season. Yeah, be Ancelotti a man more central. And I know me say as we prepare the grounds for the arrival of Mbappe.
Central only line.
Yeah, no bonanti at a point now. Stories and if he's paying banner me tie be that was last season.
So we with Mbappe na me busa
say na Mbappe na on the left. See who dey buy
say Mbappe no that top central ho na Vinicius be free. Ne baby and any favorite now. Obetime twema ko osoro ho ana.
E be right.
Right ho ana. And now baba be behind Mbappe.
Ano ni asem.
Oh no, nkomo about Vinicius Akomeah di ahometen komo kakra. Players view ho throughout the entire life. Omo nchenye on position, but by liberty, obetime akwa baby foforo. If you say Robin starting so bobo on so same position da. Na Mo Salah. Some players don't change. Some players don't change. Salah don't call the other side or more. Or they go behind striker or more. Or they call lead liner or more. But occasionally you make a lead liner. But so no we in a few day. They don't change.
I want to see how things will evolve in the three-back system at Real Madrid. More interest about. But I want to see how. But once and now, so there are two things on mobile. One, or more fighting for their respect and pedigree in the league. And to maintain a solid squad to be competitive enough on all fronts. Another fight is so mobile compact on the pie, they are fight against Barcelona. She said the Barcelona level no madruno or more movie ahead of Umu project no. Any baby or mujina. So you need to double up your steps to get to that level. And yes, our league no boss, our Copa del Rey boss, because your main competitor in the league and the Copa del Rey will always be Barcelona. In the Champions League, it could be different. Because on go for the same route. So all fight it two front to make your team better. Make sure say you come back to the certain standard you set for yourself. Then number two, you'll be able to compete against FC Barcelona. It Alonso Edumano and you better said the idea no. But let's see what Alonso will have for medical cassette. It's a test of time. One, he needs to prove himself to say that Zinedine Zidane as a former player be proving himself. Number two, he needs to prove himself beyond what Ancelotti did for Real Madrid. Because Ancelotti is on a standard that on also set the Real Madrid. Yes,
beyond the Ancelotti G.
Issues in it, so you need to do a new the standards near huge. But fancy the Italian Serie A is becoming more interesting and nail biting. Because you see, I have 1 point between Napoli and Inter Milan. Now, no me Inter Milan game ni di. On say Inter Milan team na who say due to fatigue ni issues we are facing kakrebi man results score bad no. Now they are not trying to play more. They are trying to win games. On say two different things. Sometimes you play for the playing sake. Sometimes you play just to win. But sometimes you need to win games without even playing well. And I've been Inter Milan a year weekend. Wow, here game ni be beyond. Torino at the moment it not born kake. Also NDA be a 3-2. And a 2-1 in favor of Inter Milan. But they found a way to keep a clean sheet, create the chances that was needed. No more the ball to net. But Napoli mentality, no more the ball league and then the Omukoshi again one. Patrick Vieira and so on, they hard pop. that is we call botia or more. Na puskromo and ball ketwa. And the 2-2 no, who says Scott McTominay is BBNC, which is true, nothing has happened. Win your next 2 games and you are champions. Because ultimately 5 games and 10 games unbeaten there. Your next 2 games against Parma and Cagliari, you need to do something to win the league. At the same time, Inter Como no asabo Lazio. Como game no credit in Lazio there because Lazio the number 1 was San Siro. Giuseppe Meazza, which I believe say Giuseppe Meazza honom no. A very difficult say Lazio beat Makakushe Inter Milan. Inter Milan were quality, but problem ni na ya Asani dia o Cesc Fabregas. Any Nico pass mu no mo komo no. Yeah. Because kesefo bia o makoho bia no mo waso yesi. And the level of technical quality and football komo for nebo no. Cesc Fabregas is only a matter of time. He will get to the top there. And you be pushing on the back. Na for akwa drum pempen so also ultimate drew. Fancy enye kasa tintin bebrebe. Meme de mema Napoli a 60% chance in terms of due to the fixtures no. I'm basing these numbers based on the fixtures of Mumi Nubebo because Napoli bo Parma no bo Cagliari enye difficult to say obia or bo Lazio no wasabo Como this season in the Italian Serie. So they have an opportunity. Omo kasa faith no omo nsem. So omo aba kwa no manyo bi de tia Parma dia and omo ajijireje because the 2 matches in 2 tier of Sampdoria say the everything is in their hands. It is a one Jemuma in Tamlandia. There's a one where Jemu Diamomo. Caicedo is the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League this season. No doubt. Caicedo. He is the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League, no doubt. Fancy. Me Chelsea in Newcastle game no. Also, me catch you say Newcastle will fear they will press you in the first few minutes. Don't pressure a lot of things. And I told you said there was no way. I mean, who said Chelsea back Newcastle, but the second half performance of Moises Caicedo, Abra Chelsea decided said right back no more the red card. Rhys James and Becca three back no way to Caicedo mrefifin. Do you see bully Bruno Guimaraes mo? Ne Sandro Tonelli mono. He's a monster in that particular midfield. Adeka crab no the kind of ball no he's growing and I know say football the age no form the more he grows the more he will understand a lot of things and I think say in terms of the defensive capability solid but there are things I may expect to say a biba be can one more which is how or drive the ball no from one kasana yard be 20 meters 30 meters 50 meters no the ball ni moving no and also yeah more because our fitness no for that and the height ni the road city no form kakra no e so betimi disposing easily off the ball. I know say Lavia and Shedan fit there and the top 4 race is becoming tough. But fancy, media me Ruben and Morin me can't say with the chatto. Me say United so man Europa League no mompamano.
I don't why they.
O man Europa League now they should sack him.
I didn't see.
Oh now fancy what toss 17 to a league mood. Team will say and San Eric Ten Hag beja ho akono no more 4 points at drift stuff for. So what but down to 17 for meaning say what drop it? What drop it is your responsibility. So the 2 things. Yes, but top 4 no qualify for Champions League. Maybe I want me and top 4 now qualify, but the Europa League in the quarter. So you need to win it.
Okay.
Since 1 year, and why would you?
Whoa, Mate. Me say.